This video is about the new frontier in selling. What do you think it is? Do you think maybe it's a new selling process? No. And right after this, you're going to learn what the new frontier in selling is. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Christine Harrington, the Savvy Sales Lady, your personal YouTube sales coach, helping you to become savvy at selling so you can close more deals and help more people. So what is the new frontier in selling? Well, let me start by asking you a question. If selling was only about learning a process, then why aren't all sales professionals successful? How many times have you searched for new information or the magic words or new strategy on how to close more sales? Here's a mind-blowing statistic. 44% of salespeople give up after the first no. If 44% of your sales team have an 80% probability they won't close the sale, then ask yourself, what's the missing link? Is the answer more training on the sales process? Or is it too often the salesperson just doesn't understand how to stay in control of the sale and frustration and discouragement set in? Many salespeople struggle with a daily structure of prospecting, cold calling, setting appointments, sales activities that produce a full pipeline. So what do all of these examples have in common? Here's the answer. Inner conflict and an undeveloped mindset. That is the new frontier in selling. Again, I asked the question, if sales was merely learning a sales process, then why aren't everyone in sales top performers? And yet only 1% of people on a sales team will be the top performers. So it's not about learning a new sales process, right? The new frontier in selling has been overlooked and undervalued, and that's the selling mindset. The new frontier of selling is without a doubt developing a peak performance mindset. Mindset development is commonplace in athletics with Olympians, but it's totally ignored and neglected in the selling profession. Why? Because for the most part, science based on the mind has mostly been left to the psychology field and psychiatric field. However, Olympics and professional athletes have been hiring psychologists for over a century to help them develop a performance mindset, a peak performance mindset, in order to give them the edge to what? Win. Why not explore it in selling too? If athletes use mindset training to enhance their performance to win, shouldn't you? You may be thinking, what's all the fuss about? I can control my mind. I can control my thoughts. Really? If that's true and you use the same selling process, why do you win sales and lose most of them? Why do you get more no's than yeses if you use the same process? The answer is found by developing a peak performance mindset, the new frontier in selling. It's the key to increasing sales. Step one of a peak performance mindset is awareness. And awareness has two components. Self-awareness, which is knowing how you think, feel, and act, and social awareness is knowing how you impact others. Self-motivation moves you towards your goals and dreams. However, to stay on the sales road to success, you need a mindset that expands in a positive direction when adversity inevitably happens. And it will. To master adversity and to keep moving forward in a positive direction, you need to master self-activation. This enables you to be creative, use positive problem-solving processes, and to manage adversity. Because you know it's going to happen. The result is an expanded self-confidence. Since life is full of obstacles, and let's face it, in sales you hear more no's than yeses, doesn't it make sense to learn how to harness your mind to work with you instead of against you? Start with these 2 tips. Self-activation is when the cerebral cortex of the brain is stimulated into a general wakefulness or attention. And yes, you do activate that part of your brain with positive and negative thoughts. This is why monitoring your self-talk is so important. So let's talk about positive self-talk. Please don't confuse this with positive affirmations. I don't totally believe in positive affirmations, and frankly, the way it's generally taught is all wrong. We'll go into that in another video. Positive talk in the context of what we're talking about in this video is how you respond to adversity. Here's a scenario. You or maybe your sales team is behind the monthly goals. There's 10 days left in the month. What do? Do you cave and say, oh, I'll make it up next month? Right. Do you give it the old college try and say, I'll give it my best shot? Do you harness your mindset in a positive direction by saying, I've done it before, I can do it again? Here's my plan over the next 10 days. I will do this. Remember, you can't reach your peak performance if you don't have specific goals. And the benefit of no limit thinking. Another tip is your emotional self-regulation. How do you regulate your emotions? The quick answer is to remain neutral whenever you feel yourself reacting to what someone said to you or being pulled into someone else's drama. Now, I know that's easier said than done. I get it. You have to practice at responding and remaining neutral. But you do have 3 choices on how you're going to handle this. You can react, respond, or just simply do nothing. So here's another scenario. Your best client calls in a complaint. She is droning on and getting angrier and angrier as she's sharing information with you. Now, is she trying to get a reaction from you? Yes, but not a negative reaction. You react instead of staying neutral or responding. Then she reacts back at you, and then you react back at her. Well, you know how the story goes. It's a vicious reacting cycle, getting nothing accomplished, but each person getting angrier and angrier. So in order to save the client, you're going to have to eat some humble pie, right? So you know logically that her communication style is evoking an emotion in you. You logically know she isn't trying to make you angry. She's just upset and wants the problem solved. So if you've done some work in emotional regulation, the conversation and the outcome becomes much different. As she's complaining, you feel your emotions rise to defend yourself. But this time, you consciously shift to neutral so you can better hear her and her issues, so you can better solve the problem quickly. In this state, you can diffuse her anger, reassure her that you can solve the problem and you can do it quickly, and you're thinking clear-headed enough to be able to give her the steps to solve it. When she hangs up, you're the hero. Why? Because she felt heard and understood and hung up that phone knowing you're the right person to fix the issue. There's much more on self-activation and emotional regulation, but just start with these tips for now. I'll do more upcoming videos on this subject. Let me know in the comment section below if you thought that this video was helpful to you. And did you know I'm also a peak performance mindset coach and consultant? If you'd like more information, I'll put it in the description area below. And remember, more videos will be coming out on the new frontier in selling. The neuroscience has been exploding on this subject, and I want to bring the current information to you. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd like to invite you to do so, and also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I release a new video. But in the meantime, remember, sales is a journey. It's not a quick trip around the block. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.